Are you ready? Are you ready? That's what we were doing.
Ready.
Are you sure? Okay,
Maybe.
anyway. Hey, it is Gina Missy. And yeah, hi, yay.
We've missed you guys.
We've missed you guys. We've been remiss. It hasn't been busy at all during the holidays.
No, not at all.
We wanted to do kind of a holiday season, Christmas season kind of broadcast, and it didn't happen because we did get busy. Travel and just family and all kinds of good stuff. All kinds of good reasons.
We're
So
taking
here we are.
down the tree tonight.
Exactly.
So this got us motivated to
Like,
get
hey,
this started.
let's do a Christmas video.
Yeah.
Let's do one for Christmas.
Yeah.
But it's really, what is this? The 11th of January. So everybody's Christmas is come and gone, and New Year's is come and gone. So happy New Year 2026.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! We're looking forward to continuing young love, grace-filled marriage in the coming year. This throughout the year. So stay tuned for more broadcasts from us. But anyway, we wanted to jump in and have a conversation about what it was like for us kind of starting out in our young marriage during the holidays. Maybe a little bit about what it's become now. We'll see. What time permitting
See
and
how
all.
much time we have.
Yeah. So
So
our first Christmas.
Yeah, Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Thanksgiving. Oh, you're gonna do the Thanksgiving one too?
Well, we don't have to, but
we should.
That was. I think we already did.
Did we talk about our first
the
Thanksgiving? Maybe we did. Yeah, I think we did. It was a financial, the one on finance. We couldn't afford sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving. So anyway, yeah, but hey, family came to the rescue for us. So
That's right.
But yeah, our first Christmas. Take it away, sweetheart, because that was good
in
stuff.
Upstate New York, Plattsburgh. I think we talked about where that is located, like 30 miles.
60 miles
or
from the
60
Canadian
miles
border.
from the Canadian border.
Right on
Yes.
Lake
very
Champlain.
Very cold. And so we decided that we lived 12 hours from home driving. And
That's when I gotta say it. That's when the speed limit was 55. I can't drive 55. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, geez. So I guess you could do it in 6 hours now, or I don't know, 9 hours.
No, not
I
even.
don't know.
Yeah, like
Okay,
probably around
whatever. It was a long day of traveling.
9 or 10 hours.
But we were young. We never even thought anything of it.
Nope, we just got in the car and
We just
did
did it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't a big deal. But
Packed up,
anyway,
did it.
we decided our first Christmas we were gonna stay in Plattsburgh. And have our first Christmas together. And I think we've mentioned with Jean's family was a little bit challenging.
Some drama.
That was ramping up. And so we're like, ramping up. So we decided we'd stay and have Christmas in our own home.
It was so nice.
And
I can still remember.
Yeah. And then we would alleviate some of that.
I gotta find pictures and share with them. At some point. I got to. I'll find some Christmas pictures from the first Christmas.
So, yeah, we had our first Christmas. It was great. And then my mom and dad paid for a plane ticket for me to fly home.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
After Christmas. That was my very first plane ride, was flying home to West Virginia after Christmas. And then I stayed for a couple weeks, and then Jean drove down to West Virginia and picked me up. And we went back home. But
sure enough.
Yeah, our first Christmas was really nice, being just the two of us. And
you want to talk about the Christmas tree?
oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Christmas tree story.
We were like, okay.
It wasn't this Christmas tree that's behind us now that goes all the way to the ceiling.
No,
It was Christmas tree that went about right here.
Yeah.
So.
However, we do have it in the basement.
We have the original. I had my hands in my pocket and I clicked the clicker and I turned the video off.
Right.
And so Missy was talking about the Christmas tree, which we finally got to, and she's going to finish that story. And it was about
I don't know where I
Grandma
saw-
gave us $50,
My grandparents.
which was a lot of money.
Yes, gave us $50. So we went to the
Keeping
store.
my hands on my pockets.
Not sure. Hold the hands up. Hands up. Not sure where we bought it, but probably like Kmart. I don't know. So that was $30. And then the other $20 we spent on decorations. So we literally spent $50 on our first tree and decorations. And yeah, and it was little apples.
It was.
Little apples. Little
So,
apples
like, yeah,
all
2
over the
inches
tree,
apples,
and then
2 inch
red
tree
bows, and it was cute.
It was.
I think we had maybe a disagreement about what color lights to put on the tree, because back then they weren't pre-lit trees, right?
Yeah.
So you had to buy your own lights. And Gene likes color. He
I do like color.
all those colorful
I like
lights.
the colorful lights.
Me, I'm more of a white, you know.
White lights.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I just think it looks. I just like how
You
it
like
looks.
it.
I
You
just
like it.
how it looks.
And I still like some color
Yeah.
lights.
So I think we got the colored lights.
We did. We got colored lights. We
got
had colored lights.
We got the colored lights.
But now you win. So.
Yeah, but we use those colored lights.
I like them too. I like the
for
white
many
lights.
years,
a
and we
lot.
still have colored lights in our
do.
house.
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen,
Area.
yeah, we do.
So, yeah. So we were on a budget for Christmas and we knocked it out. And what we wanted to talk about was actually some of the challenges of getting through Christmas when we were young married. And so we advanced throughout the years. Let's just say it wasn't always easy going home for Christmas and going from one house to the next to the other. You know, we'd always base at Missy's house, and then we'd go visit my mom and stepfather, and then my dad and stepmom, and it was kind of like trying to do. I was always, let's do it all. We can do it all, and probably wasn't the best approach. Probably would have been kind of better to break it into pieces.
And I think most of the time we did. I don't recall ever doing 3 houses in one day. Like
we did
a lot of
maybe
times we would
couple
do
times at the
your
beginning.
dad's house Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's
I
right.
remember
Sure.
that, which
Yeah, we
was
did.
we have wonderful memories.
Yeah.
You know, we all have wonderful memories of that and being there and
Right. And so, but what the thing was, I wasn't a very good communicator with my family in our young marriage. I was trying to do a lot, do more, and not just say, hey, listen, this is hard. This is a lot to do.
Are you meaning your family like us, like me and the kids?
No, I'm
or-
talking about like with my
Okay.
mom and stepfather and my dad
Okay.
and stepmom.
Yeah.
And so it was hard for me to say, hey, we're not going to be there. I just didn't want to let anybody down. So it was kind of that pleaser nature. We'll have to do an episode on that, our different types sometime. But, trying to please everybody. Instead of saying, hey, how does this work for everybody? And trying to figure out some compromise and work through it and talk through it. It was more just trying to please and trying to be there. And that is not a good, I'm saying from somebody, here we are nearly, 39 years this year. So 39 years later that, I would be better about that if I could, in hindsight, I would be a more effective communicator. So if anybody that's young, married now, and you're working through how to cope with, maybe, blended families and things like that.
No, just
families. And or just families, right.
How to
effectively communicate. So that brings us to, we're just kind of jumping right in and right through this, but this brings us to today with our own family. And, our kids now just, this past year, they're all in different corners and, we got one in Dallas, one in Nashville, and, one 4.5 hours or so, 5 hours down in Chesapeake, Virginia. And so what we've decided and what we've talked about is that we are going to talk about these things. We're not going to make it difficult. There's not going to be expectations. We want them to do what is best and easiest for them, and we'll be here. And communicating that, like, hey, we're here, and we haven't, worked through maybe new and novel things to do during Christmas, but this is kind of home base, and if they want to be here, they can be here. And if we figure at some point during the holidays, when going through the years, we want to go visit, we'll work out going to visit and being with one of the kids during holidays. So, any thoughts on that, babe?
Well, I think I just wanted to. You kind of jump to now, but
I know. I'm sorry. Go back. Go back.
There's a lot of years in between of us. I think most of you or everyone probably watching this knows that we were a military family, so we lived all over the world. So we didn't always come home for Christmas, right? So when we did come home, we didn't live near our families, so we didn't have our home, right? So we had to come and stay with. We always stayed with my family, which was great, and but it was very stressful, very stressful. So I think having a conversation with your spouse about what works best for your family, right? And I know Jean talked about trying to please everyone. Well, that's impossible to try and please everyone.
Somebody might
you
just
know,
not be happy with your
yeah,
decision
there's
or the
just-
decision that
there's some
you're not coming
people,
home
some
or-
parents that are like, you know, come when you can, you know, and then there's others, I want you here on Christmas Day, right? And if you're not here on Christmas Day, then, you know, you weren't here on Christmas.
I'm hurt.
Yeah, or, you know, so I think in the end, it's just spending time talking as a couple and deciding what's best for you and your family. And if you have little ones and, you know, they have to have nap time and all of that, it's really hard to, you know, scoop them up and take them to all these different houses during the day, and they're missing naps, and, you know, by the end of the day they're having meltdowns. So I think it's just, you know, I guess I can't stress enough just communicating, and we did that.
Yeah.
We, you know,
We talked, we did.
communicated with
Those
each
years,
other, you know, what's going to be best for us, what's going to work best for our family. And, you know, it didn't always go well for, you know, so, but it was,
all good.
but it was okay for us.
Right. It worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And now being where we are, now we're the parents, right? And we
And
have the
grandparents.
adult kids. We just want, and I think we've communicated to our kids, you know, we love you. We would love for you to be here with us.
Yeah.
And if you can make it, that's great. If you can't, that's okay. You know, Thanksgiving this year looked different for us because Gabby was in Dallas and had to work. She works in a hospital. She's a physical therapist in a hospital. So, you know, that continues on the holidays. So she could not come home. And Eli had just moved to Nashville, so he was getting settled, and he said he wasn't coming home. And it was awesome because he got to go spend Thanksgiving with family that lives in Bowling Green. So Jean's aunt and uncle and cousins and all that, and they welcomed him, and he really enjoyed that. So that was good. And you know, so we did not have everybody here, and it was okay. It was okay.
We had neighbors over.
We did. We always invite other people, and we love that. But and I think and Christmas this year, you know, our kids were here. They overlapped for I think 2 days. So we had everybody here for 2 days, which was awesome, and truly was like, you know, a happy moment for us as parents, you know, to have our adult kids all together and our grandbaby all together in the house. But we also know moving forward, there's probably going to be a Christmas or 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever where not all of them are going to be able to make it home, and that's okay, right? I think we just, as adult parents, have to remember to not put that pressure on our kids, on our adult kids. So that's really, really important, you know, because they're getting pressure from a lot of different sides. So
so that's what we wanted to share pretty much for this video. We talked a little bit about this even before Christmas and doing this, you know, at Christmas time or something. It just didn't happen, but we just wanted to kind of unpack a little bit of that. And you know, Missy kind of alluded to it. The most important thing is showing a lot of grace during this season. You know, and that goes throughout the whole year again. So Happy New Year, right? But here, the truth is we all need to show and receive grace and give grace. And, you know, that's the whole part of our marriage and the things that we've went through from young love to, you know, to this old love we have now to, you know, always being grace filled throughout it. And I think, again, that's really important point. And I just, you know, take that for what it is. You know, grace covers a multitude of sins, as the word says. And, you know, not that, you know, not being with your family is sinful. It's just that, you know, grace covers and creates a layer of love and understanding and kindness and thinking of the other person before yourself. I mean, all of that it's just super important. So anyway, that's kind of it, I think. And
I think we covered it. Covered everything we wanted to talk about.
Kind of what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to the coming year, and I'll get better at this still. I promise. I'm going to figure out how to make these videos even better. But we appreciate you all. We've had some people say some great things about the videos that we've done and how they appreciated them and appreciated the perspective, and they've watched, and that's pretty cool to us that we can even have, you know, that kind of impact in even a small way, you know. So anyway, thank you all for the support. We love you,
Yeah.
and we love your
Your
marriage.
Happy New Year 2026.
Happy New Year.